Are you working or not? What encoder are we on? I'll stick that one. Oh, did I? Wait, all these settings are wrong. Hold on, guys. What is up with that? What's up, everyone? My sinuses are all messed up from this stupid weather changing. So sorry if this is not a crazy exciting stream. We'll do some drawing. I was going to show you what is the heck would I do? Why the heck? Ads. No, ads never really worked. Anyway. So I'm having a bit of trouble talking. I have a cup of tea instead of coffee this time. And I had a pretty busy weekend. Usually I'm at home working, but actually got to go play golf with my dad, and had a celebration in the family. So it was nice. Because of that, I don't have too much to show off. I'd say I was refreshed, but I can barely talk right now. So we'll sit, we'll do some drawing. One thing I have, nice shirt, I like that. I like peach, fancy shirt. Alright, make sure that this is muted. Make sure all my settings are good. Sorry, I had the mic unplugged. I had to kind of rush to stick everything back together. Alright. So one thing I wanted to make, since we're focused on the arcade now, I wanted to make doing the arcade, or getting to the arcade, easier. So this is part of the update for Steam with the Steam cloud saves, and it's blank right now because I have it in debug mode just to pull it up. But instead of just jumping to story, I wanted to have a story button and an arcade button, and this doesn't really work yet. I'm thinking of doing something like this. I need to get the rest of the graphic there, so that people can jump in. Okay, that works. A lot of the code isn't really reusable because it's it spawns it as an in-game object. It kind of works, but I have to rewrite a lot of stuff. So this is taking longer than I would have liked. I don't even think. Yeah. That never worked with the mouse, and the keyboard's not active for the menu. So I'll at least make that work for the mouse too, and try to clean up the other stuff. But otherwise, what were we doing? It would exit that arcade. Yeah, I need to put a little arrow, like an exit button, probably for the other ones, so there's full touch and full. I don't know how you exit on the touch screen. Maybe you can't. But need a little, the little universal return arrow. Yeah, please excuse my sniffling. I have the worst sinuses, and the weather's beautiful out here, but it was really hot and then cold and then hot and then cold, and so my head has had its biannual revolt against the rest of me. Snazzy shoes, boy. What? Why did I just error? Did playback error or did recording error? My YouTube. No? Okay. It should not be buffering. I don't know what's going on. Hit refresh. I think there's been something up with YouTube lately. Make sure you don't have it on auto, the quality, because if it does any buffering whatsoever, it like destroys the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know why it errored. I turned it off of super, what do you call this, super low latency, because I think all of the artifacts from the art stream that, with Chris we were doing, that was YouTube's fault, and I think not doing super low latency actually helps that. Alright. Yeah, I'm sorry. You had an error. My face is having an error right now. Refresh. It's working for me. And I'm uploading, so. Alright, considering your boy Jeff was the one complaining about doing the different art style, I'm gonna have to wait till he gets some streaming. I don't know. I think it's YouTube's fault. my stuff's working fine. I have a few drop frames. It was weird. I haven't had that in a while. Oh, and Android, and where is swimming? There's a lot of stuff I got rid of. I think the upward wall jump's the only one that people miss. Because I had to recode everything from scratch, so I only brought back stuff that was actively supported by the level design. I'll bring that back. I think the thing with the upward wall jump for me... Wait. Yeah. With the upward wall jump, it was mostly in there because of the wall run. And the wall run I wasn't really designing levels around. And I didn't like how people would just hold up. I know, there's like certain ways that people play my game that kind of bugs me. Where you get certain things where if somebody's not doing it, like you almost have to be doing certain things. I don't know how to describe it. But if they're not doing something, it feels like they're playing wrong, and I'd rather take something like that out. And where people were like wall jumping upward like this, and they were holding up to do it, and he'd run up and then like keep back flipping. Or they would like bounce back and forth really quick. I don't know. It was just always, it made it messy. I didn't like having those different things in for like there was a right way to wall jump and a wrong way to wall jump. My stream's working. Just hit refresh the page if it errors. I think YouTube's being stupid right now. I don't know. I have it on low latency, not ultra, so it should be behaving. But yeah, I have the stream up here. It's working just fine for me. And that's going to YouTube and then coming back. I don't know, but the like running up a wall and backflipping off of it quickly, I'll probably put that back in because that was cool. And that wasn't like a right way and a wrong way to do it. It was just neat. The whole hold up to wall jump. I'm not the wall run. I'm not sure. I'll have to think if I want to bring that back or not. Or like having different types of wall jumps. But stream isn't loading for me. Oh, can you not hear me? Refresh the page. Set it to 480. Oh, that's sad. 480 is garbage. Don't do that. Oh, is mine actually back some? No. I have it on like DVR and all that since it's not ultra low. YouTube, you being trash? I'm gonna reset it. Alright. Are we even streaming? Is this working? Oh, lovely. If this is actually recording on YouTube but not playing back, let me show you guys. It's just doing this. It's just doing this now. I don't know. Chat doesn't like it though. I know, chat. I know. Stupid. Run YouTube event. Let me use the backup server. Oh, okay. Ha! Yep, it erred. Good job. Good job, YouTube. And it's probably gonna make all the audio go off sync again. Piece of trash. What is everybody just streaming today? It's Monday. Why would you stream on a Monday? Hold on. Hey. Be live. Work. Work. It said I'm moving the Twitch. Yeah, it doesn't want to do anything now. Can't really change anything. Did you die? It says 3 watching now. Well, this is... Alright, let me check the live page. Does it say... You're live. Bad stream. Health is good. Streams... Alright. Is that working? Is it up for you guys? Yeah, it looks like we got some new people. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And it's like 4 fans, but I'm just sitting there. Brad B. Arden. Alright, cool. So hopefully I didn't break anything on golf, or the menu here. Alright, yeah, I don't know. I restarted OBS and went to the backup server. It looks like it's doing fine. Okay, guys, so we were saying for the next art level, we were going to do like the Outer Squiggleville style, a more industrial style. As I scratch myself live, that's beautiful. So where do we leave off? Let's go through our other ones. So this is nothing. We're just a bit of our bouncing around there. I think this would make a good one, because that's kind of like the underground there. What do y'all think? Where is... There we go. We can do like the subway-ish style here. Hi, tricky chair. I wouldn't even sit on you. Which level makes sense for industrial style? I kind of think this one wouldn't be... It would be like kind of the subway of Outer Squiggleville. I mean, are we going for a full industrial or just like the Outer Squiggleville style? So I think if we were doing Outer Squiggleville, this would make sense. With kind of the underground sections, do like a subway looking thing. My kids are gonna hate me if I don't put a subway in there. So maybe we'll actually we'll do some new art. Brad, wire streams. I'm sick today. Give me a break. You mean for the day or like when I'm scheduled? Streams are basically during nap time. I could do them a bit earlier, but I figure, you know, some of you guys are at school. I do them around 4 to 4:30 my time. I don't know, do y'all watch YouTube streams in class? School is so foreign to me now. They changed everything. Actual Subway restaurant thing. That could be a funny in-joke. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, let me find my files over here. And get over to World 3. There's some, yeah, debug numbers for my mouse. That's fun. Dun. Levels. Alright, there's Squiggleville. And where is Outer Squiggleville? It's one of the outer. There it is. Level 1? Apparently Outer Squiggleville was level 1. That's weird. Alright. So let's get this back over here. Get that out of the way, and let me line everything up again. Pause that. And that, line that up. Alright, I have the mic like right up against my face because I think I'm going to be very mumbly today. Sorry guys. So here's good old Outer Squiggleville. I'm not going to be able to do that. But I do really like the background on this. I tried to, probably made it kind of Mirror's Edge-ish. I like doing just dumb designs like this, where I'm not, you know, if I'm not copying somebody else's like art style, I'm pretty decent at just making random designs. Man, once I have to start actually choosing colors, though, it's all disastrous. Oh, that's funny. When I added the health bars are actually level objects. They're just in the levels. For World 3. Well, everybody gets their own health bar now in Super. But for World 3, it's just one, and then whatever guy was closest to you would kind of zip him. That was a pretty neat effect. Yeah, why is this level 1? I guess I worked on this one first. Hopefully we don't have a big Uber foreground, because that's a bit more difficult to do. Oh yeah, I think it's mostly just the underground effect is just this giant gray. Maybe we'll do that. Might look kind of cool. I have to force the player behind the layer, though, if we're doing anything like that. And then a few pipes that go in front of you, yeah, why not? Alright, so let's grab... You think, guys, that's like a solid plan for today? Rainbow level. My kids have this... It's like my kids argue about their favorite colors constantly. So I think they just decided that rainbow is all the colors. I mean, it is. Instead of thinking of its own color, they're just like, yeah, rainbow. Rainbow's great. How's the game going, Brad? What game? Well, I'm working on menu stuff right now, so that makes me angry. I really hate doing menu stuff. Trying to get the arcade cabinet as like a front end in the load menu. And it's annoying. Alright, so I do like this kind of, it's like an industrial, like, techno. I guess it's similar to how I did the, what was that called? The science bonus level. Alright, so let's just grab this for all the colors. And, oh, I should probably actually get the golf level, huh? 1 second. Which one was that? It was 2, right? Let me make sure. Golf 3. It was 2. No, okay, it is 2. Yeah, I don't know, I'm on 3 because it's following the mouse. Alright. Alright, since we're just doing design, let's put the layers back over here. Oh, actions. Had you open for... Oh, man. I guess I never closed it after the rocket ship thing went down. Alright. Alright, done. Perfect. Beautiful. Ship it. Let me check this. Alright, yeah, that is going to go into the arcade. And does it work? Oh, I have to bug off. It's not letting me refresh it with the controller. Oh, I think I turned all the debug stuff off. Wait, why is the door there? Let me make a... Might have to make a debug oh, I'd have to change this too. Let me see if I can change this really quick. Forcing it to load because of the stuff I was working on. Yeah, okay, I can get this out pretty quick. And then let me turn debug back on. So I had debug off because I was trying to wrap this up. When I have debug on, there's a few things that work differently. I think for the most part it's all the same except for a few of the keystrokes, but I didn't realize the key doors in the remix were blocking people unless debug was on. And so that ended up with a camera bug because I left, when I turned debug off to push it live, and it killed all the key doors. So I'm trying to turn debug off now while I'm testing. Alright, one last toss this in here. Oh no, I think I actually, yeah, streamline everything. Why are you over there? Why? Does it think the bug's on? There it goes. Alright, that was weird. Where's my chat? I wish I could keep it on top. Brad, why was the last update so weird for the first day? Because I turned the bug off, and it changed what it was loading for the arcade. Because when the bug's on, you're going to get all of the random half-done levels. Please add the console. Yeah, I have to go grab it. Just to do that, I have to export the entire music file again. That's actually really slow, because it's then, it's exporting all of the stupid music all over again. So that was, it changed everything because the bug was off, and then I just copied the code that was setting that up. Alright, let's see. Low level. Alright, the biggest problem with lining this up, I can't see it. I can't see through it. There we go. Seriously, why is this door still here? Quick drop, vanish. Do not need you, door. I think I was leaving the doors so that people could just walk back out of them to leave, but then everyone would accidentally do that while bouncing the shell around. But I'm thinking something like this, and then on this part, we can do like the underground style, or anywhere where it's under. And let me get rid of my code. There you are. Okay. So we'll make like round bits. I don't know if those should just be cement looking or like that. You can just do like a round version of that. Let's start with the outline and then we'll think about these sort of things. What's your favorite game to play? I've been playing a lot of Splatoon right now. I probably keep mentioning that, but from a design perspective, like, Splatoon's just incredible. And it's very satisfying to play. All the sound effects and squishiness and different weapons and all. It's very, like, masterclass in deliberate game design. I don't think anything in Splatoon is accidentally fun. It's just, they knew what they were doing. It's good stuff. Alright, let's see how big's our lines here. I haven't drawn in this style in a while, so if we don't mess it up. Yeah, I tried a game of Fortnite, and I don't know, the like skill ceiling of how good you have to be just to do anything. Like, being able to build a building around you quickly just doesn't really sound like a fun skill for me. Well, yeah, but he said what favorite game to play, like what I'm playing now. I don't know if that was just a odd way to phrase it. The best game ever, not my favorite game, the best game ever made is Mario 3. There are no opinions on my channel. Or everything's an opinion, depending on how offended you want to be. But I don't think I've beaten Mario 3 with the kids yet. I'll jump in for it. I forget how difficult a lot of it gets, because we'll jump in, we'll get like to the desert, and then it'll start to slow down. You know, we'll stop making progress so quickly. I was playing Half-Life 2 with them, and you know, I was enjoying playing on hard mode. I don't think I've beaten on hard mode before, but I forget how like ridiculously hard mode gets, and I think they turn off all the like controller auto assist stuff on it. And, which is kind of weird, it's inconsistent. And I was having fun trying to, like, get past stupid hard things with those dumb little dicer bot things. Then I realized that they were just, like, sick of watching me try to beat the same thing over and over again and just being killed by dumb stuff. So I'm like, alright, I'll put on medium. And then it's just way too easy. It's all Adobe Air. This is it right here. That's the game. It's literally the entire game right here. Well, I mean that, and then these external level files. And then I'm using Starling to hardware accelerate everything. And that's why it all looks so pretty. Yeah. I love how the one thing, like, Google was getting all this attention because they like disabled the caps lock on the Chromebooks. And everyone's like, yes, no more caps lock for anyone. Just like, alright. I've used caps lock once or twice before, and it was useful. I don't know if I like the idea of just never having a caps lock, because some people are annoying with it. Yeah, I'd have to machine outside border. That would be really difficult. I like the idea of thumbnails, but I'd have to save a copy of everything in the file, and that would raise it a bit, and then I'd have to actually keep them all updated, or I'd have to load them in like really quickly, which I think I could, but I'm not very confident in not leaking memory everywhere, which it shouldn't. But, you know, loading a level, I think the problem is Animate takes a little while to, why is that so, I might just turn off that, it's being weird. Animate takes a little while to dump memory, like to garbage collect things. Oh man, you gotta love all these bizarre lines. Alright. I keep yelling at Adobe about this, and I still don't think they fixed it. Let's just do that. If you open it up from the root, it doesn't act as bad. Alright, let's see if my lines are being consistent from before. I haven't played the new God of War. On one hand, playing the old one, like, the old one's really weird. Like, it's pretty fun, but then there's a point where I don't feel like I can really get any better at the combat. Like, there's this ceiling where it's like, you do it, you hit block, and if you don't do that, you're gonna lose. If you do that, you're gonna win. But God of War has a very particular style, and the Chains of Olympus, the design of that was very, very smart. And it's kind of bizarre that they just throw that out. And on one hand, it's like, okay, I don't know how much more you could do with the old style, so, like, I applaud that they even tried to just, you know, start from scratch on that. But at the same time, it's clearly everybody's just trying to make combat in the Dark Souls now. And on one hand, I really like Dark Souls combat, where just everything, every hit matters. But we already have Dark Souls, and we already have other games that are Dark Souls. Or that, you know, try to be Dark Souls. I think they're Dark Souls. And on the list of games that should be more like Dark Souls, like, I'd actually say Zelda was one of them. It was almost like a meme for Zelda to be more like Dark Souls, but I think Breath of the Wild does do that, and it does it very, very well. I don't think I would have said God of War needed to be more like Dark Souls. But, I don't know, the reviews really like it. But then again, like, critical acclaim and what people actually enjoy seem to be pretty different nowadays, especially with movies. So, I don't know, we'll see how it does. There's a few games I haven't. Man, my PS4 has been nothing but a Blu-ray player lately. Like, I haven't even beat the first Wolfenstein game on there. And I was actually having a lot of fun with it. And just, if I can't put it on the Switch and bring it to bed with me, I'm not gonna play it. I'm really terrible. Let's see. Same person. He directed God of War 2. Yeah. It just seems like it doesn't share the DNA of God of War. I played all the PSP God of War games first, because I didn't have a PS2, and I'm finally playing through some of them on Vita. Wait, did I just put that on the ground? Oh, okay. And I played bits and pieces of God of War at friends' house and such. And on one hand, it's just it's nice to see a game like just so unabashedly for adults. You know, like you can say it's mature or not to be ripping people in half. And I swear that like, you know, if you grab somebody and then press the heavy attack, he just tears them in half. Like from a gameplay perspective, that's probably a terrible idea, but it's so damn satisfying. So I just don't care. You know, to be able to grab, well, you can't grab anything later, but like any of the minions, you can just grab them. And then once you can just kill them immediately by tearing them apart, the problem is every other move that you can do with them is worthless. But I almost don't care because tearing them apart is so good. Like, I think they highlight other enemies, like you could throw them at other enemies, but that never works. Maybe I'm missing a button on the Vita. It's really weird. Let's see, color all you Americans. Where are the... Yeah, I don't care. I make dumb American jokes too, but I don't really know what's going on in the chat right now. I'm just ranting about games. And seriously, my head is so just foggy right now. This is what you're getting from me. This is it. What's the theme of this level? This is Outer Squiggleville. We're doing like a subway underground theme. Which I'm gonna have to figure out. Oh, did that get way smaller? It's one biggest problem here, keeping the line width consistent. Is that... how is that? It's a little smaller. That's gonna be way too big, isn't it? Yeah. Zoom out a bit more. Yeah, it's the opposite. Zooming in a little bit. Can you do some of the designs that Over the Top did? What do they do? I would have to look it up. You don't like my Outer Squiggleville? Like a brick wall or... oh yeah, I liked how they did that. Can somebody send me a picture? Can you grab a picture from like a YouTube video or something? I don't know how you would send it to me. I guess, I don't know. I don't really remember. I'd have to see how they drew it, because there's a few different ways to cartoonify a brick wall. It's kind of weird, like a brick wall is the worst thing for animation or cartoons. Because the entire point of a brick wall is to be ridiculously textured and repeating, and that's the worst for doing anything by hand. So there's a lot of different ways to cheat at that. How much do you dedicate to the game per day? Probably full, like, you know, it depends on what I'm working on. If I, like, usually I kind of split the day up into, like, dumb things that I hate doing, like bug fixing. And then if I'm working on different ideas or concepts, or just doing some like in between, like there's the job part and then there's the hobby part. And the hobby part is a lot of me going, well, that animation isn't quite smooth enough, so tonight I'll just go through and mindlessly in between it while falling asleep. I don't know if I really consider that as part of the work day. You know, so during the day I'll try to get things up to like good enough status, and then at night I'll, you know, like the hobby tinkering to it. World 5 concepts. I'm doing some sketching at night. I haven't done a lot. I haven't quite decided the scope of the game, but I think I've settled on the theme and the world. So I know I've been talking about that, but I've been fleshing out my idea for the world. I don't want to give that away yet, because sometimes when you make an idea, you have to figure out the beginning of it and the end of it, and then you fill it in. As otherwise, you're just kind of mindlessly wandering towards that. Sent you an image. Nice. Let me pull that up. You want me to do the brick wall in the background like that? I can do that. That's pretty easy. I thought you were talking about, here, let me pull this up. Where are we? I don't think I want anything weird over here. Oh wait, this will actually be pretty easy because I can do that. Are you talking about the brick wall here? I was thinking about inside the actual subway where there was signs and stuff. Let's see. I wasn't expecting good results. Oh, on God of War, so it's really good. Yeah, I've heard terrible things about God of War 4. Or Ascension, was it? I haven't played it. I played the demo of 3. I've played all the PSP games, and I've been making my way through the first one. Yeah, Fancy Master, give me a picture down in the subway, since we're probably going to have a lot more down there now. I might cheat a bit with this, because of how I had it before. Instead of drawing everything twice. But then again, with little things, it makes it a bit more difficult. We'll see. I might not isometric these bits over here. Yeah, I definitely love the little details. I kept telling them to add, like, Easter eggs for stuff that they worked on. I don't think they ever did that. They might have been scared of EA. They kept telling them, no, throw it in. There was some over the top, some Nick's Quest, which was a fantastic WiiWare game. I think it's on Steam too. So you guys go get Nick's Quest. So I like talking about, you know, different control schemes and obsessing over input. And they did some really great things with the Wii pointer that I don't think many developers actually did well. And I haven't played it on the PC, but I'm assuming that it would use the mouse to the same effect. So I like seeing things like platformers being rethought. One of the game like FP2. What's FP2? Aw. A warning poster. Huh. I actually don't remember the posters, I'm gonna have to say. Fancy Master, send me another picture. Yeah, send me a picture of the subway, and we'll try to do something more like that. I'm not making... If this stream's super boring, I'm not making any apologies for it. My throat's really not feeling good. My head is all cloudy. But we're gonna sit and do some art and talk and chat. It seems like chat's pretty active, so hopefully it's not too bad. So anytime I feel bad about making a particularly boring video or something I think people wouldn't like to watch, I just look at other YouTube videos that have millions of views and are really stupid, and then I don't feel bad about myself anymore. Let me move. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna shuffle some things around. I'm trying to get a bit more over my Cintiq here. Especially when I'm doing concept work. I'm usually just working on the iPad. So I think I just have it shoved out of the way. Alright. Vote mayor, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, there's actually a subway back there. So we'll do some like brick stuff back there. I kind of want to just put an actual subway back there. Did I draw that? I think I actually drew that. That was mine. I think they just copied it and then put the glass effect. I don't know if that's how subways work. I don't have any subways around here. I'm in Louisiana. They'd all flood. Shoot me a link sometime. Would you recommend... And you know what? If you have a Mac, the new iPad is only like $300. It's really cheap, and it works with the pencil. I would say look into the new iPad. It looks like it's just as good as the Pro. Yeah. I don't think the backgrounds. A lot of the backgrounds over the top did, because you're trying to copy my style, so they think they made them a little rougher than they should have been. So we're not gonna make them that rough, because I don't think that's quite the style that FBA is going for nowadays. Then you accept me as a friend, and you can. Wait, who am I talking to? Wait, alright, hold on. I'm trying to get my brain around this. Alright, recommend I'd look at the new iPad and use AstroPad or Jump Desktop to actually draw to the computer. And then if you're doing concept work and anything outside of Flash work, you can just draw it in like Procreate or Illustrator. There's some really good programs. Why did I scrap the art? Well, because EA paid for Over the Top to make it, and I don't know if they would have really cared, because they kind of, I don't think they really cared too much after the game was released. And once EA 2D shut down, they passed, mobile off the Chilingo. But I wanted to try to be legit and not release, I guess except for the music, but I don't know. Anything that was made by other people for the console game, other than the music, because I'm not going to redo that. I redid it, and they were drawing. They didn't draw in Animate. They were using actual bitmaps. That's why the game's so much bigger than the Flash game. The console game was what, 300 megabytes, or is that the mobile version? The mobile version has like the backgrounds are condensed in the mobile version. We released that. It ran pretty well on an iPad 1, but nothing else. Oh my god, it was so long ago. The iPad 1 was new when that came out. Let's see. Do you accept me as a friend in Discord? I don't think I've friended anybody in Discord. Just like private message me if you have anything. I've gotten pretty behind on the private messages, but if I've talked to you in Discord, then I already consider you a friend. I'm not hard to get a hold of. I don't know if there's actually a benefit for adding me as a friend. Let's see. Why does Flash glitch a lot when you draw lines? I don't know. I keep messaging Adobe. See, okay, if you open foreground like that, alright, it works pretty well. Because I'm directly in foreground, and not bad. The main issue is I'm so zoomed in. Let's do a demonstration here. Let's zoom really far in, right? And then we make a line. And for some reason, say that, the accuracy does not keep up with it, which is weird because of how much the system starts to chug once. It's not too bad. It's usually if you're inside of another movie clip and then zoomed in, then it's kind of a double whammy. And this has improved a ton recently. This isn't that bad. It was a lot worse. But yeah, if you have... And then when lines, if you continue on, they don't really consider it the same line again. And I think their solution for that is the ink brush. But I don't really like the ink brush. It's almost too perfect, which is a weird thing to say. But if we were doing, ooh, that's big. If we were doing levels like that. See, I don't know, that doesn't look good to me. It looks, maybe for the inside. Flash them straightens my lines. Yeah, but you can turn down smoothing right here, and it should be fine. The good thing about the ink brush, if you're not drawing as fill, you can do that, and then move the line, which I really like, but I never do that because I always draw as fill. I don't think they've quite got, it's if I'm going to drag this right here, right, should it just sort of drag that, or should it drag, let's see where the actual points are, or should it just drag the local points? I don't know if they have a handle on what should be affected, right? It's weird that goes all the way down there and then stops right here. That looks cool though. But then, the best use of that, I think it's because if you have, one line, right, and then you drag it, it's going to drag that entire line. But then, alright, I never use this stuff. Let's see if I'm thinking of it right. Add an anchor point here, right? So now there's an anchor point there. And so when I drag this, it kind of drags that. right? But then I think that if there's 2, it doesn't drag it at all. It's weird. So let's add another anchor point and then drag. Yeah, see, so now it's stuck. So I almost feel like they need to have an area of influence, and if you drag here, then everything gets dragged. I don't know, maybe like a smudge tool for lines I think would actually be really useful. I don't know. I've only been using the program for 12 years. What do I know? Alright, so we should actually try to fill out some of this to make sure that this looks good. So you said you want to do like, we're going to do a brick wall down here, we're going to make like the inside of the subway. We'll do a bit of both, I think, because I like backgrounds to kind of follow that shape. Let's see how it looks over in Flash first, or in the actual game. I never realized how long to stream. Yeah, we got a lot. We're up to 20. It's crazy. Let's see, flash time sometimes. Yeah, for I was when I was fixing the audio, I realized Chris said that he thought Flash/Animate was a much better vectored program than Illustrator, and I agree. And I'm so mad I didn't jump on that because I'm so, like, I don't think we complained about Animate nearly as much as we should have. I wish I would have caught him saying that, and because I hate how Photoshop and Animate work. Like, I cannot wrap my head around Photoshop. Like, having to select something and then say free transform and all. It's like, it's digital. I should be able to just grab things and move them around. Or like Illustrator is more about the different layers than objects. Like being able to group things. I feel like if I'm drawing digitally, that just makes too much sense. Yeah, and they've been fixing a lot with Animate, so I think if they can fix those 2 issues, right? The accuracy when zoomed in. Now my voice is really starting to. Hey guys, I don't know why I did that. The accuracy when zoomed in, and then this double tap thing. If they could fix those 2 issues, I don't think I would really have that many complaints. I haven't had the actual program crash on me in a very long time. Which is, you know, it used to be such a meme that Flash was always crashing. Animate is, at least the Mac version, I think I've actually had the Windows version crash more. I don't know if it's because it's 32-bit, and the Mac version, like, everything's 62-bit. Or on Mac, like, everything runs at 62-bit, I think. I don't know. I haven't had a crash in a while, though. And then, the biggest problem is, once you make this big level with all these vectors here, and then I go draw something over here, it takes up way more CPU. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Windows version, yeah, the PC can be 64-bit, but you have to look at the process, and I'm pretty sure the process is still 32-bit if you look in Task Manager. So, like 4 gigabytes, yeah, Animate will eat up 4 gigabytes, no problem. It needs to be able to access more than that. Oh no, the pause menu sidebar, that sounds so hard. Like, I could, but it would be a huge pain. Because the mouse just sort of can find, you know, like how the code works. It's easy for the mouse to just get what the name of the thing that you're clicking on is. The controller would have to have like a list of everything and cycle through. Like, it's possible, obviously, but it's not something that would really help the Android version. Maybe if I ever get an Apple TV version working, then I'll absolutely need to make it completely controller compatible, and then maybe we'll do it. So I wish more people were using controllers, but I have a feeling most people aren't. So I don't know. Alright, what was I doing, guys? Get me on track here. I don't remember. Say Apple TV. Yeah, we'd probably already have an Apple TV version out, but Air doesn't save data. on the Apple TV. Like, there's a bug with saving data. It's really weird. Might have to ask them if they're going to be able to fix that. They might have already fixed it. It was in the beta version. But it's... I have one of the 4K Apple TVs. I don't have a 4K display, but I wanted to test the game on there. And it's stupidly powerful. Like, the game will never hiccup or frame skip or anything on that thing. It's really, really fast. We know what we are doing. What? What do we know? Apple TV, if you know what you're doing. What? Apple TV's... I mean, you can complain that there's no apps on the first one, but... I mean, there wasn't supposed to be. The 4K one fixes all that. I think the controller's okay. I don't know if I'm still sold on the touchpad. I think actually the biggest problem with the touchpad, with Air, I can't get... you only can get the coordinates if you click down, and if I put Fancy Pants on there, you would need to be able to use the controller like a D-pad and have it over there, where you shouldn't have to click. Why do I have light on my face? Yeah. Where you just tap it without clicking it. Playing things from the Mac, really? Yeah, I've never had an issue. If you can Ethernet it, but it depends on what kind of router you have. If you have an AC connection, it should be, like, flawless. But if you don't, you need to Ethernet everything up. Alright, so let's just stick with that. And I think what I was doing for here, right, the walls don't have that design. It's pretty simple. Except for there, and then they do. What does this wall have? It does, and then it doesn't. Great, look at my consistency. Brilliant. This will be pretty easy to do. Were we checking? I don't know. Ain't sure. We haven't gone too far without checking on it. You like pizza? Of course you like pizza. You like pizza. You have to be more specific, because there's got to be a pizza out there for everybody, right? There's nobody who just doesn't like all pizza. I'm not really very into pepperoni, though. I'm more of a, like with that white, what is it, the Alfredo with chicken, or like Supreme. The more stuff on the pizza, the better. There's this Thai pizza at Mellow Mushroom that's really good. What else? I just kind of generally really like pizza. I'd say pizza's a good thing. You know, we're going to cut that off because that's going to take way too long. And then start again whenever there's actual, like, ground-looking stuff. But yeah, I'm not huge in the pepperoni. I like chicken on pizza. And pineapple is great on pizza. One of those I don't care what you say things. Pineapple pizza is so good. But maybe I just really like pineapple. I guess if you hate pineapple, then it's fine to not like pineapple pizza. Pizza's a great thing, bro. It is. Pizza's a great thing. Let's see. Apple TV being a replacement for your own TV. Oh, for cable? Yeah, I mean, we haven't watched anything on cable in forever. Like, we finally sat down and watched the second Guardians of the Galaxy on Netflix. Like, that's how little... But, like, Jenna's always on Hulu when she's, you know, cleaning or whatever she's doing. And I just watch YouTube. So if I'm like drawing, sometimes I'll go sit on the sofa with the iPad and just put something on YouTube. But I don't really even understand why anybody would watch cable anymore. Like, I just feel like that model's just so outdated. Like, I'd rather just watch people that I like on YouTube. Served in a square, oh yeah. I guess they got all the shapes there. Nobody's left out. Wait, did I draw that black? Did I make those lines black? I think I did. It's like is that a Jaden Smith tweet or something? Pizza's a circle, cut in a triangle, served in a square. Conspiracy. Alright, and then let's go ahead and get the gray for over these. I don't know how far down that needs to be. I don't think it goes much further. I don't know. Someone, oh my god. Did I really? Probably. Oh, hide the phone. What is it doing? I have nothing to hide. I keep forgetting to put this thing on airplane mode. It's off, right? Let me see. Alright, that's fine. As long as it doesn't show phone numbers, that's what I'm most worried about. What time is it? I'm probably gonna have to cut this short, though. Okay, my phone thinks it's 9 a.m. Oh, alright. I don't know if that's gonna work. Anyway, I'm brilliant. That's the lesson to be learned here. Make a guideline where the scroll bounds. I do, but it's a little... It's fuzzy. It doesn't quite... especially with the multi-scroll camera or whatever. It doesn't quite follow that. So let's see. Guidelines. Yeah, I never used guidelines on Flash. Are those useful? Why is my phone... Why is it bigger on that one? That's weird. That's gonna bug me. Let's take the smaller one. You guys don't really need to see me. It's 2. There we go. Alright, so we got some lines down here. Do we export? Probably an export. That might help. I might do some smoothing on those because they're... My hand's kind of shaky now. Some of my sinuses are all... Everything's foggy. I just don't really... Nothing attached to my brain is working right now. What the heck? Shortcut was that? A little messier, but yeah, it's still just a golf level. Okay, man, I wish I was quicker doing all this stuff. So that we'll leave that fairly, because what I want to do, scroll down. I'm gonna not go all over the place. Put a guide there. Yeah, I mean, I would just draw the floor first, you know, if I need to see where he's gonna land. All right, how should we do these? I'm thinking just to not even do a isometric view for these things, because even if I copy and paste this, it'll I'll have to delete where it would be behind. So what do you think? We do that and then just simply like this here. And okay, you know what? Better idea. Let me make that smaller so the curves aren't as pronounced. It might make it look a little more angular and cleaner. Of course. Why even work properly? Where's that going through? Am I on the same layer on both of those? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Alright. Now things aren't clicking. So I just do something like that on these guys. I'm probably making it a little smaller. It's weird, so much of my work is just tracing things. I guess that's good, because I'm not really good at drawing. But it just seems kind of redundant at the end of the day. So you need to get some, like, machine learning based image recognition to draw levels for me. That won't be the fun of that. How can I make an awesome game like yours? Well, draw some animations, make some code, use Flash, or Animate, or whatever they call it now. But I'm sure most people say use Unity, or Construct, I guess. A lot of people use Construct. Anybody in the chat have any experience with Construct too? Yeah, man, anime is just sort of thing that you just start doing it. And then you can look up. There's a lot of people on YouTube. I mean, Richard Williams has some really good videos. That part of the Animator's Survival Kit that's on YouTube. What Flash? The Flash. Just look up Adobe Flash or Adobe Animate. There's a demo, but I still think Adobe needs to make like a Flash Junior or something. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't ever used Construct. I was watching somebody put together something really quick. I think it was Construct, but I can't remember. And it seemed like it was pretty user-friendly. Pretty similar to how I set things up in Flash. It's just throw the object on the stage, give them their code, make them do their thing, make them interact with other things. But I always say you just have to find something that you can... You don't have to make something good quickly, but find a program that lets you make something quickly. Because that's going to motivate you to learn how to do things the right way. Like, don't worry about doing things the right way first. Just worry about making something interesting and like showing yourself that you can do it. And there's a video on the channel right now where I live stream doing a rocket ship sample. So if you want to just look at the code there, it doesn't really use any classes or anything, but it'll get you started with being able to control an object. Sorry, my throat is falling apart at this point. And then, yeah, if you guys need to let me know if we should do more like Coding 101, AS3 101 live streams. I haven't worked on such a lower level like that in a while. It's where anything that I code now, it's going to be a lot of work for a little payoff just because everything's gotten so complicated. But being able to just, you know, shuffle a rocket ship around the screen's pretty rewarding. And it's fun to mess around with the numbers and figure out those things. It's like a power, like what coding's the ultimate power fantasy. It's like animation. You can control every single thing, and every you know, how everything feels and how everything works. You're creating your own little world. Adobe Sketch. What's Adobe Sketch? Huh. That's not... When did... I thought Sketch was an iPad app. Is there a desktop one too? Oh man, my hand's shaking. That's all the caffeine that just keep me awake or what? Oh, just an idea. Yeah, no kidding, huh? Like, that would be perfect. Like, take out the ability to build for mobile or build a projector for Steam. Like, take out anything that you need to, like, release something big on. Leave the code in. Hell, I wish they'd make AS3 more like AS2. Like, the compiler should be smart enough to know what it needs to import. It's bizarre. Like, once I have to put in import movie clip, import movie clip. Like, you can't tell me that the system doesn't know to already do that. Like, it can't go through and say, yep, that's a movie clip, guess we gotta import movie clip. Like, that's such failure. It's awful. So do something like that. Make it more automated. And they have, like, what, Flash Develop and all those other programs that are made for writing AS3 code. Oh my god, that's so scribbly. Yeah, if the brush looks like it's failing now, it might just be my hand failing, actually. But there's all these other programs that are more for abstracting the process and not using the library. I want to see something that focuses on the library and on the, what do they call it? There's like a prototype that Unity uses. That's kind of what I think of it like. What's with the extra things about? You didn't see my, yeah, no, write the message again if I don't see it. Thanks for sharing a lot of my stages of childhood. It's the best part of these live streams. It sounds like if I'm act 2, like I deeply appreciate hearing things like that, but I don't want to sound like I'm just stroking my own ego. But it is a very wonderful thing to hear, and I've put a lot of time into this series to know that people are actually getting things out of it. Let's see. Good place to start animating. I know. I think Adobe should release an iPad app that's for animating that can export like simple FLAs. I think Toon Boom has a... I can't remember if the trial is unlimited or and they just stick a watermark in. Like, I want Adobe to just do that. Just make a program, make a trial that's either infinite or very long, and just stick a watermark in it. It's just so hard to get people to, like, pay for something if they don't even know if they can use it or not. Like, if it's good enough, or if they'll understand it. Because, like, you get a trial and then spend, 2 weeks isn't really enough to learn how Animate works. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright, where are we? I don't know how far up I need to get there. Save us will work if it'll just look weird. That's too thick. Ooh, yeah, my hand is just not cooperating here. That looks terrible. Flash already does this stuff. What are we talking about? Dumb thick lines. Nothing like a thick stick figure, am I right? Hey, there's somebody Googling enough of that on DeviantArt, I'm sure. Oh man, my hand is not cooperating today. It is definitely a Monday stream. Alright, good enough. Alright, so I think that's do all those like that. Yeah, Flipnote Studio was so good. I actually made a few. I wonder if I can still pull those up on the DS. On the 3DS, because I had a few little stickmen walking around. I was really proud of this walk animation. I did walk cycle. Especially since I couldn't use like the guides and stuff. That looked pretty good. I was proud of it. I think it actually said borngames.com. It's like, I want to make promotional material. What is it? Is it really just 7? I thought it was 2 weeks. That's ridiculous. No, that's stupid. I'm yell at him about that. Guys, what do you think? What the hell are y'all thinking? 1 week? And it's not like it's like a new version. You know, I can understand a trial if you have, you know, you just spent $900 on the old version of Flash. And then here's a trial to see if the new version's worth it or not. Like, you can't, that's, oh my god. That's stupid. Maybe I'll bug him about it. Because it's like, it's so annoying to not be able to recommend like a program for anybody while I'm doing like these live streams. And I can't just be like, yeah, download the month trial and follow along, because now there is not. I mean, especially for a program that's fairly complicated, like Flash, and you don't even know if it's going to be able to do what you want it to do. I don't even know if that's long enough to see if all the improvements in Animate are worth paying for. You know, what if you have a you know, retail copy of CS6 and you want to see if you should get the Creative Cloud Animate? That's goofy. Alright, this is a bit off. I might just, let's change the ground because I don't feel like fixing this. See, update it, Flash a ton, not make another Flash to buy. Well, I mean, yeah, it's monthly, so you never have to buy another update. I mean, for me personally, it's cheaper to have a subscription because I used to spend $900 a month on, or you know, a year on new versions of Flash, especially when Macs went Intel, and to get a native like Rosetta powered PC version, I had to buy it again. And then it's always like, oh look, they fixed this one stupid bug that you really hated, and is it worth $900 just to fix that bug? Like, yeah, sometimes it is. I don't know if there's really been too many updates that I care about. Like the camera's been a new big thing that people like, but I write my own camera because I'm not doing 7 days. That's friggin' stupid. Oh no, look back in Discord. Should I do it? I guess so. Oh no. Yeah, it's not very difficult to get that font. It's like somebody wearing my face, you know? It's kind of creepy. Seeing other people writing in my handwriting. I mean, it is literally my handwriting. Probably need to update it. It's a little messy looking still. Though I guess for World 3, anything in the font was less messy than my actual handwriting, because I spent, you know, I actually wrote out those letters much slower than I would anything in the game. So it's closer to how I write in the game now. Oh, fix that. Let's see. No new level. What? Magramini's super old. Yeah, I mean, it was the animation software back then. They need to just make CS6 free. So, I mean, it's not that much different than animating, except for the brush being way worse. But you get a pretty good sense. Like, you could learn animate on CS6 pretty easily. There's not really a learning curve if you go from CS6 to animate. Animate just works better. Flash 8. You can't. I bet you could. Does Flash 8 not have component parameters? That'd be the big thing. If you don't use any objects, you probably could. Or at least you could copy collision. Like, the collision and the foreground art, like, that hasn't changed. That's the same as it was in MX. I started on MX. 8 was, like, the future there. Yeah, CS6. They actually, like, I gotta give Adobe props for fixing the brush. It used to be way worse. I mean, I don't know if I should give them props for making a bad brush in the first place and then fixing it once Toon Boom made an amazing brush. Pretty sure my feedback on Flash a while back was just whatever Toon Boom's doing, just do that. Just copy that. Flash 8, I don't know if Flash 8 supports everything. Because the main way that it's that I'm using it for levels is just pulling the art out of it and then pulling the position of placers. You know, there's no code in the level files. You might be able to make something and then have someone else copy it for you into a level file. If you had both of them open, I bet you could copy out the art and like make a Flash 8 compatible custom level. Do that, and if you can't import that directly, you can copy it back. Not really sure though. Yeah, I think I have CS6. I'm pretty sure it works with CS6. Like, how, when were component parameters added? That's the only thing that I'd even worry about it not working there. That, like, the only incompatibility would be with the, because I guess those are a very AS3 thing, since you can't write code on stage objects anymore. Yeah, I mean, like, if we could figure it out, if somebody really cared about making level art with older versions of Flash. I'm sure CS6 will work. I don't know about older than that, though. Alright, so probably I'm going to do this and then wrap it up. How long have we been in this room for a while, huh? I have one of the, what is it, the 23-inch Cintiq, like the big square Cintiq. It's 4x3. It's wonderfully outdated at this point. At one point it was top of the line. Now it's just such a dinosaur. It's so weird. It was very expensive. And now it's outclassed by a $300 iPad. Well, I guess you have to pay another $100 for the pencil, but still. Well, no, for the golf levels, I don't think I'm gonna add in old music. The music takes up more space than like anything else. So I don't know how much more music I'm gonna add. Maybe for the Ah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm looking at Discord, sorry. Alright. So I'm gonna do that, and then guys, you're gonna help me with the background, and then I'll probably do the rest of this later from the iPad in bed watching YouTube videos. So my stupid face feels better. Alright, so let's decide on the style for down here. Yeah, so that's my subway. That's definitely much simpler. And then for, where is it? And then the, oh, of course, hold on. So there's my subway, and then there is over the top subway. What do you guys think? Maybe a mix of both of them. I can do more like a brick style with these big. I like my crazy isometric whole wall things. Were those on a different layer? Oh yeah, it had a ton of backgrounds. All the way back there. Probably just copy these, 'cause that's easy. BR, no BR. What is it, Halo? What's going on? Go back in a full round, not like level design, like a resume in a level. Would you check it out? Yeah, I'll look at whatever you send me. Oh, you're talking about just drawing? We'll see. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna not look at things. That'd be weird. Alright. Am I gonna have to add another background on this? Probably. Let's see. So what was the background for that? Was it the buildings? Hold on a sec. Is that, why are you not being muted? Be muted. Alright, and then for, yeah, for the normal background, we had that, and then my background was that. See, I don't know, I just like my scroll better. That doesn't make sense. That's not a road. That's some weird sketch I made on there, or what? I think their stuff was a lot rougher, and mine was more, just was cleaner for the Flash game. Android version. Android, it's coming eventually. Yeah, I'll probably do that. That's funny. But let's figure out down here. I want to do like a brick wall thing. I can't remember how their version connected the two. I guess it was just that wall throughout the whole game. Oh no, I have to pick my own colors. The worst part. Whenever I pick my own colors, it ends up being pretty muted, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. So I just desaturate them, hope they look fine. Alright. I don't know if this is going to work without me adding code, but I don't really feel like doing that. So at least let's start something. You need another background. You're going to be like 5 or something. Oh, what else do we have? Background 1. Alright. Let's see if that works. Okay. Yeah, it's 400 stick figures doing backflips on unicycles. That sounds like true art there. I like that. I'd watch it. I'd Netflix it. If only I get X. Can you not? As long as you don't go into a level twice, if you stay out of the bonus levels, you should be able to go in. It should work. I mean, obviously that's a terrible fix for now, but yeah, I haven't updated the Steam version because I wanted to put that menu stuff in first, but maybe I should just update iOS. Have to run it through Congregate, have to make sure it's not all broken. Which apparently it already is, so what does it matter, right? Let's do that, and then this can start coming this way. Isn't that what it looked like? It was just pretty simple, huh? And then the outline going through it. Or was it like a gray? I guess I can have a wall coming up here. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Connect this. I don't know if that color even looks good. Who did the remix music? That's API. The guy who did the original music. When's Race 6 getting level art? Like the last one, problem with that, the nodes don't work with backgrounds yet. So I don't know if I can add that in. Of course, I need to change the values for that. Yeah, Geyer Arnold, Geyer API Arnold. Space levels. We'll see. Once in the next few games, I'm gonna have to think of a few ways to keep things novel. So I don't know, space levels or Mario Galaxy type, like spheres. I don't know if I've seen that in a 2D platformer though, so that might be interesting. There's definitely new mechanics that I'm gonna have to add. You know, different ways to get the player up and down. The most simplest, right? You gotta get the player up, gotta get the player down. Alright, let's see if just this works, or if this is gonna look terrible. Let's see how thick is that gonna be? Eek. These lines, my lines are so bad right now. Let's see, dual wheel pen and pencil. Oh my god. Literacy level looks more like the Blue Dr. Seuss style. Yeah, we'll start. We got a lot of golf levels, so I'll probably make some that just looks more normal, super fancy pants-ish. Gotta figure out what's going down here first. Probably wrap this up because there's not much more I can do without changing the code, and it's getting pretty late. Gotta go see if the kids are done napping. And I'm just feeling kind of blah today. Yeah, level 4 started kind of that style, and there's a lot sketchier. So in the beginning of the caves in the remix, or not in the remix, Inspire in the remix, start sketchy and then get gross and all gooey. But yeah, you can definitely see the remix was a pretty visual, like, it kind of showed where I was going with that. So there you go, you pay attention and you'll see, you'll get hints of where my art's going. I'm pretty predictable. Alright, so something even smaller, and yeah, they just did like, so that's what I mean about like the cartooning brick, like you cannot draw all the bricks, so it's like, well, how do you do that? I'm trying not to just do exactly what they were doing, but that's probably what I ended up doing. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to do bricks. Something like that, right? These bricks are usually pretty horizontal. The Dr. Seuss looked compliant with the cleaner style of World 4. Well, World 4 is a lot of the Dr. Seuss look. Alright. Yeah, see that I can't really do much more until I fix the scroll thing. I'm gonna work on this some more later, but I think this looks fine. I'm gonna do this. I'll probably throw the buildings in for the background and maybe throw some silly signs in. And then we do a if we do a live stream tomorrow, which I guess we will. I'll report back in on how that looks. I don't want to spend too much time on each level. What I'm thinking of doing now, when I actually have the golf level update, I'll probably do half of them as will be just unlocked, and then the other half you'll need pirate tokens. You have to find them in the main levels, and there's a lot of nooks and crannies in the main levels that are disappointingly dead-ended. So I think that would help a ton. It'll help the game feel a little bit less linear. Did I just move that? What the heck? Is that not on 0-0? What the heck? When did that happen? There, I cannot wait to see World 5 art. I gotta figure out what that looks like. There's not really anything like World 5 art now, but if we do art in these golf levels, I might start messing around with different styles. Maybe we'll settle on something that'll be the identity of World 5. At least we might start on that. But I'm not sure yet. I need to get, still working kind of on the story and the characters and where it goes. And then we'll get to the actual art. I'm sure I'll have Chris helping me with that too. Does that... There's not really anything there. Huh. I don't know. Alright, let me throw a color in there and I'll consider that. At the very least, we've established the style for this level. But I like doing the retro stuff too. It just forces me to go back and look at, fancy pants throughout the years. And that helps when you're evolving the style further. Is that just blue, really? That's weird. Thought that'd be something else. And that is closed off. There we go. Alright. Ooh, that looks hideous right there. That's just bad. I need to just shrink that a bit. It should look fine. Usually I do all the little bit of, Fancy Livestream kidnap air pirates. Wouldn't that be a bit, redundant? Or not redundant, I don't know, it seemed like I'd be copying too much of World 3. We'll see how that goes. There's the parts of World 5 that I'm trying to set in stone right now. And then there's parts, always ideas that would be nice to do. So we'll see. Oh, there's the brush being awful. Thank you, brush. does that look so weird? The shape of that is bizarre looking to me. Let's see if that updates and looks better. Kinda. Yeah, it's a little better. We'll do this. We'll have the red back there. Could be a good contrast. Space pirates. Space pirates are the ultimate form. I mean, everyone should know that, though. Did anybody realize... Well, okay, so the whole pirates, the air pirates, the space pirates, I was a big fan of Tailspin when I was young. I mean, I still think it's pretty great. My kids... Actually, how much of that have we gone through? Probably need to watch more with the kids. We're going through Rescue Rangers now. I have the DVD of that. Actually, no, I have the Tailspin DVD, too. But in Tailspin, they were air pirates, and their ship was called the Iron Vulture, hence the wooden vulture in Fancy Pants. It's one of the few actual direct references to something else in Super. If anybody caught that. Probably not. I guess it's a fairly subtle one. What's the pickle level? Alright, I think I can go ahead and hide that. Fancy Pants astronaut. Fancy Pants in space. Who's BR? I'm getting so confused. Oh, purple level. Extra 4 is kind of boring, though. Alright, this is all we have so far. It's getting pretty late. Else I'd just go and change the scroll values. But I'll get some backgrounds in. I'll try to work on this a bit more tonight. And then maybe we'll finish it tomorrow. If I finish it all tonight, we'll just move on to another level. But I think it'll be cool to get the pirate tokens in the main levels so that people will actually have excuse me, have some more reason to explore the game. Alright. Let me go through the chat to make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright guys, any more questions before what is BR? I don't get it. I don't understand. My own chat is confusing me. Let's see, is there much of a difference between live chat and top chat? Pants design contest, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, sorry, Jamek. I'm sort of wrapping everything up. But if you wanted to say anything before I leave, I'll be here for a moment. Where'd the thing go? Oh, yeah, because I was looking at it over here. And back here. Make sure it's still working. And I went golfing, so I'm a bit sunburnt. I'm a bit red. Alright. Let's see, Chris gonna do some cool stuff. Yeah, I think so. He got, he was teething on the cave levels. He did really great work on the pirate levels. And so I think if I have him on again, I won't have to go through, he doesn't have to figure out how the collision and foregrounds and all that work. We won't have to go through other than setting the style for this game specifically. Do you think push for less levels from Chris but more detailed? Maybe. It depends on how World 5 is set up. And right now, I'm trying to think of different ways to have people... how do we reward players for going through levels multiple times? I guess there's the backtracking is kind of a dirty word in Metroid and all those games, but I'd like players to not backtrack, but maybe explore different lines throughout a level. And can I reward them for that? How can I don't know, let's think of you know, which each level has different exit points. And then we have something like a micro trial going through 3 different levels. You know, suddenly you're going through the, you know, every level you go from the start, you go to the finish, and then any exploring you kind of go here and here and here. What if we have multiple levels and you can actually go through them in different ways and do different paths through levels, like different parts of levels from one level to another level? That's something I'm thinking of now. And depending on how that works out, that's going to change how many levels we need. So it could be less levels, which we'd have more detail levels. But if we have a design like that, then we're going to get these, like, you know, hub levels with spoke levels connecting them, and then those levels would be more more detailed. They'd be more specific. You can see ATV Power Wheel. It's a very Brad thing to do. We found this old police car Power Wheels and had to get a new battery for it, and then one of our friends wasn't using that anymore, so they come with this little bitty Power Wheel battery, and I stuck the police car battery in, and it goes a lot faster, which is nice. I like I don't know, like hot modding and hacking really bizarre things is very appealing to me, so I stuck some strange batteries in tiny Power Wheels things. And then I put a car battery in the police car, so it worked pretty well. Dinner, that's, yeah, exactly. We'll be wrapping up, so you won't miss anything, don't worry. Just making sure I'm not missing anything in chat. Just pants to the center of the earth. Underwater, oh, I'd have to put swimming back in, though. Let's see. Yeah, sorry. It'll be there, though, if you want to check it out later. But we always stream around the same time each day, so if you can, you know, hit it later. Let's see, we'll be the most random world ever. Everything in one world. No, it won't. I don't think that's where that's going. Yeah, swimming was slow. I don't know why everybody liked swimming. It's weird. Inkboarding's way better than swimming, and it can be used with other stuff. If I redid swimming, it would have to be a lot better, and I don't know if I have the time to fix it yet. Well, thank you. Fate's Bans is one of the best Flash games, and it evolved really well. That's a good thing to hear, because I always worry about breaking the game design. I think swimming was fun and novel, but yeah, it was too slow. Alright. Yeah, I think what you were saying, the current design of World 5 is sort of the opposite. So we'll see. Don't like the turn radius in inkboarding. I've tried different things, and the turn radius, it would have to be a lot slower if I didn't have that. It gets very uncontrollable. I actually like the mobile controls, that's good. I have to put out the update with the new ones, so I think those are a bit easier. I might have to put a switch for the old ones for people who know them better. Well, yeah, jumping from pool to pool. The diving, I do miss the diving. The diving was pretty cool. Yeah, World 5. Yeah, it better have the best movement. Yeah, super. Everything's redone. So now World 5 will add some more fun things to the levels and keep all the good movements from Super. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, I think that's about it. I'm just kind of reading comments at this point. Whatever happened to Fancy Snowboarding? Fancy Snowboarding was using Scaleform, and then Scaleform died, and they never updated the 64-bit, so it doesn't even work anymore. So I would have to semi-port it to just using Air on mobile, which I have a build that works, but it's not optimized. There's that BR again. World 5 should be interesting. I'm already interested in it, and I've barely made it yet. Over to let us press down to open. Oh, okay. That's not a bad idea. Should I just put it so that down does it automatically? Ending a Fancy Snowboard. Nah, it was just like it was a big level, and it was hard. And that was it. It's more of a time trial game. It's meant to go back and do your own time trials. I don't think there was enough, like, unique elements of Fancy Snowboarding to really make many more levels. One of those games, it would be cool to do. Android, I think we need to test it one more time. We're having some performance issues with phones that are like 4K on a 4-inch screen. So that's what happens when you leave it up to random companies to just make phones. They're like, yeah, numbers are good. We'll make big numbers for our small phones. Good idea. And it doesn't run that well on extremely stupidly high resolution phones from a few years back. Yeah, it's just Adobe Air. Because the APK files are huge. You know, most platformers are like 3 gigabytes now, right? The Air's, Android's 130, I think. I'm gonna try to get it under 100, we'll see. Actually, no, Android was like 95. I think iOS is 130 or 105. It's like right over the limit. I gotta try to get it down. Yeah, World 5 coming out in 4 years. Nah, it's not. Embedding Adobe Air. I don't know what you mean. It's pretty small because everything's vector, so the 30 megabytes of the framework that has to be embedded, it doesn't matter because all the levels don't take up 3 gigabytes now. So the 30 megs for the framework's fine. Oh man, a co-op game where you work together somehow. I would have to have really good online multiplayer in place to do that, because I don't think anyone would play it. It would be fun to do God, I kind of want to get to World 5 at this point, but it would be fun to do some bonus levels in the arcade that are like multiplayer specific. Like boosting people up, pressing buttons, and raising ledges, raising platforms and stuff. I actually had a lot of ideas, even when we were working on World 3, for multiplayer specific levels, but and it probably would have been the best place to do that if we had a follow-up that was more, if there would have been a console follow-up quickly after, which we were kind of throwing around the idea before EA2D died. It would have been much more multiplayer focused and have cooperation and then all the sports that I'm only now getting to. World 5 doesn't take place that long after Super. It's like the next few minutes. It's kind of right after Super. It's a immediate follow-up. Yes, SFPA coming out next month, definitely. We're still shooting for Android this month, depending on how long we have. It's going to be either this month or early next month. It's mostly finished. Yeah, stop. You're probably done playing World 4. You've played it enough. Let's get to World 5. Alright, guys. Yeah, I'm just reading the chat now, so let's go ahead and cut this off. My head's such a fog, I cannot focus on doing anything, so if y'all keep typing to me, I'm just gonna keep saying dumb things. So I think it's a good end point. I'm gonna do some bits of art here. I'm gonna see if there's anything for World 5 that I can show that's not gonna give too much away. Maybe a bit here and there. But I don't know. It's the exciting part for World 5 for me is just making it a surprise, you know. Because I'd like to think that anyone that played Super is excited for where the next game can go, because of how different it could be. So I don't want to give any of that stuff away, but some mechanics and things. Yeah, I know your boy Jeff. You want to see World 5 right now. I know. Still on April, hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, another next year, April. It's not. Android's not going to be free. It won't be. Android for World 3 was free because it came out like 2 years after. So maybe in 2 years from now, and I figure out how to do ad-supported stuff, we'll make a free version. But for now, it's going to be the same as iOS. I think that's fair. And I don't know. I'm sure there'll be sales. We'll see. Yes, send me fan art. I like fan art. Fan art's fun. It makes me feel important. I know. You want to play World 5. Alright, with that, hopefully I feel better tomorrow and the stream's not so boring. Oh no, new people. I'm wrapping up. I'm trying to wrap up. Stop typing new things. It'll be up on YouTube. Go watch the stream later, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper than PC, no custom levels, no multiplayer stuff, so it's half the price. And we'll see if I can work in some local multiplayer, because I think that'd be pretty cool, between two phones on the same Wi-Fi or whatever. Alright, guys. I'm just going to press stop, because I'm just keep rambling. My nose is getting really itchy, so before I sneeze...